Hey guys, Jimmy here. So I was just thinking about what I read last night, Matthew chapter 5 and 6, and in general. So I see now we have kind of a very brief background in chapters 1 through 4. Like, it kind of progressed a lot faster than I expected, and I kind of felt like they were skipping around because there was nothing about him being a child or a teenager. It kind of just went straight from him being a baby to being an adult and meeting the apostles and everything. Anyway, so that was chapters 1 through 4. And then 5 and 6, they kind of went off the deep end with, like, I don't mean that in a negative way per se, but they went hard with all of the kind of the moral requirements, the moral framework of Christianity. They did kind of like a recap of the 10 Commandments, more or less. You know, they addressed kind of like multiple different commandments and how I guess they would still be relevant, or maybe a different spin on them, kind of like a more, I guess at the time, a more modernized version of the 10 Commandments. And then just a lot of things about how to treat people, turning the other cheek, how to treat adversaries, yada, yada, yada. So, you know, we're really in there now. It kind of felt like the first 4 chapters kind of felt like the intro or the origin story, and now chapters 5 and 6 went hard with the moral requirements, with kind of like the moral philosophy and everything. So I thought that was cool, and I'm excited to see what chapters 7 and 8 will bring. So let's get it. What's going on, YouTube? Jimmy here. Welcome to another Atheist Reacts episode. We are getting through the book of Matthew. We are on chapter 7, and we're going to do chapter 7 and 8 today. So without further ado, here we go. Matthew chapter 7. Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you again. Good advice. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? That's a little dense. Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again and rend you. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. You know, so far this is really good life advice in general, religious or not. I mean, that this works for anyone. You know, what you're looking for in life, you'll generally find if you keep pursuing it, is what they're saying. And then also they're saying not to judge others, because, you know, there's always something you could be judged about. You know, cast that aside. Or what man is there of you, whom if his son ask bread, will he give him a stone? Or if he ask a fish, will he give him a serpent? If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? Therefore all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. Enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Straight and narrow path, that's what they're talking about. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Sounds like modern politics. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns, or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down, and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. Correct. All of these things are kind of like good pieces of advice for a prosperous life. So I tend to agree with all this stuff. Like building your house onto a stone. He's saying, you have to have a solid foundation to your life, or it's just going to blow away. So yeah, correct. I get it. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And it came to pass, when Jesus had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes. So they're saying they were astonished that all this wisdom was coming from one person, and not like, I guess, the intellectual elite of the time, maybe. So end chapter 7. Oh, is this the Sermon on the Mount? Because I'm not sure. I might have missed that. But chapter 8 begins, when he was come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. And behold, there came a leper and worshipped him, saying, Lord, if thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. And Jesus put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will, be thou clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. And Jesus saith unto him, See thou tell no man, but go thy way, show thyself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded, for a testimony unto them. And when Jesus was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion beseeching him, and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home, sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. And Jesus saith unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me, and I say to this man, Go, and he goeth, and to another, Come, and he cometh, and to my servant, Do this, and he doeth it. So is he saying, yeah, he's got authority, he's got power. People do what he says. When Jesus heard it, he marveled, and said to them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. And I say unto you, that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. I've heard that before. And Jesus said unto the centurion, Go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. And his servant was healed in the selfsame hour. I think maybe that's significant because that's a centurion, a Roman soldier, because I think at the time Christianity was a religion of non-Romans. It was kind of a religion of the oppressed. And so for a centurion, Roman centurion, to have faith was probably considered a significant thing. And when Jesus was come into Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laid and sick of a fever. And he touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she arose and ministered unto them. When the even was come, the evening, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils, and he cast out the spirits with his word, and healed all that were sick. That it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, Himself took our infirmities and bare our sicknesses. Ezeus, maybe that's something from the Old Testament. Maybe we'll get to that later. Now when Jesus saw great multitudes about him, he gave commandment to depart unto the other side. And a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Jesus said unto him, The foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. And another of his disciples said unto him, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. But Jesus said unto him, Follow me, and let the dead bury their dead. And when he was entered into his ship, his disciples followed him. I'd like to know the significance of that, of not wanting the man to bury his father. Is it something to do with like associating with people who are not faithful? I got on a ship. And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with the waves, but he was asleep. And his disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, Lord, save us, we perish. And he saith unto them, Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. But the men marveled, saying, What manner of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him? And when he was come to the other side, into the country of the Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with devils, coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. And behold, they cried out, saying, What have we to do with thee, Jesus, Son of God? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? And there was a good way off from them a herd of many swine feeding. So the devils besought him, saying, If thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine. And he said unto them, Go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine. And behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down a steep place into the sea, and perished into the waters. And they that kept them fled, and went their ways into the city, and told everything, and what was befallen to the possessed of the devils. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Jesus, and when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coasts. All right, end chapter 8. Okay, so that was interesting. So chapter 7, obviously you had the, pretty sure that's the Sermon on the Mount, and maybe I missed that in chapter 6. I think that there's a lot of quotes by Jesus here in the earlier chapters, so I think that maybe that whole thing was the Sermon on the Mount, the last couple of chapters. So that was interesting. Lots of good moral framework there for society and for people to live by, obviously. And then chapter 8 was a lot of kind of like miracles and you know supernatural acts, healing people and things like that, dealing with I guess people who were possessed of evil. So anyway, yeah, good stuff. We'll start with chapter 9 next time. See you next time.